Well, thank you so much for speaking to me, team Middle Class Melodies. So I like the premise. It's, Anand's character is that of a cook. Can you actually cook in real life?
Sort of. I wouldn't say I'm a cook. I would say I can survive if I was left alone on an island and I had to cook. Yeah, that sort of a cook. Yeah, but in the movie, I had to pick up skills to actually try and cook. So I did some workshops prior to the shoot, and yeah, and I enjoyed the process.
So are you good at chopping, cooking, or what? Or eating? Eating we all are good at.
So I'll tell you specifically. I lived in the US for a bit, for 2 or 3 years. So I was away from home, and sometimes all of our friends would get together to cook. I would be designated to cooking rice, and all my friends were designated to cooking, the complicated dishes such as paneer masala and chicken tikka and all of those. I would be doing rice and playing some games on the side. So that was my specialty.
What about you, Varsha? You play Sandhya. Do you cook? Can you cook up a storm?
I remember I used to watch a lot of MasterChef Australia, and I tried making momos when I was in 6th standard, and cucumber fritters.
Wow, sounds very fancy.
Yeah, they sound complicated also.
Horrible mistakes. Like none of them came out well. So my mom was quite scared to let me cook again. Yeah.
I totally resonate with you. So now let's come to the director of the ship. You chose this particular film this particular story as your debut film. So what was the idea behind it? Was it inspired by a couple you like Raghav and Sandhya that you had observed, or where is it coming from?
This movie is not completely about Raghava and Sandhya. It is in general about the middle class life, the world of middle class people situated in a small town. Since I am from a small town, Guntur, and I am from middle class background, I came across many characters and many incidents that reflect this middle class life mindset. So I kind of thought that if I play in this field, I can give my 100% because I have lots of content ready, which I've experienced in my life. So I thought this story would be best for me to be my first film.
And Anand, this is your second film. So what was it about playing Raghav? What resonated with you?
Yeah, I grew up in a middle class household too. So I saw all sides to it, right? That's why we are calling it a melody in the terms that there were so many beautiful moments. There were so many, moments of hardship. So all of those moments I saw in my real life along with my family, my brother. So when Vinod narrated the story, it clicked. It clicked a certain chord within me, saying that this is a story that we need to tell people, because it's also if I clicked and I love the story, it means that so many others are willing, are going to be loving the story. So it's just not about me being a cook and falling in love with Sandhya, that's played by Varsha. It's also about the relationship between me and my father, how we try and raise money to, set up a tiffin center, the different lives, right from the milkman who's coming and delivering milk at the doorstep to, the customer coming into the tiffin center that we set up later on in the movie. Everything is so well etched out that people will definitely fall in love with the movie.
And Varsha, what were your reasons to coming on board? Like, was this something about Sandhya? Was it your character, or was it the story? Actually, what works for you? How do you pick and choose your projects?
I think the story on the whole was really engaging, and it was really natural. It wasn't something he created out of the blue. It was something he'd seen from his life, things that he'd seen around him. So it was very, even I grew up in a middle class family, so I could connect with a lot of things. And the character, I think Sandhya's character is such that she doesn't know how to express things. So she cannot look at her father and say, I don't want this. I want different things in life. And I have seen a lot of girls, a lot of women who cannot stand up, cannot talk back to their fathers or cannot take a decision because they're always like, what will my family think?
True.
What? So I think that was something, again, which I could connect with, and which made me.
And are you three happy with that it's got a digital release? Because I know we can't go to the theaters restrictions, very short, very few. The occupancy levels are not very high. But are you personally as actors, I know all actors love to see themselves on the big screen, the hoardings. But the digital, this platform is also, there are 199 countries consuming your content, being introduced to you, many of whom wouldn't know our brand of cinema. But what is it personally for you? How are you seeing this whole phase? All three of you.
I personally am really happy considering the situation, not just us as a country, but the whole world is in, right? And also, I think there'll be a sense of pride within me that we were able to contribute to a Telugu film that, probably can make a name within different countries. So if people watch the film, say in a different country, say even in Europe or South America, and if they connect a chord with our story, I think why not, right? It'll be such a beautiful experience for random people speaking random other languages connecting to a Telugu story from a small town within Andhra Pradesh. So I think that's really beautiful, and they're completely different experiences. That's what I've been thinking about since like 8 months since theaters closed. Especially in the South, we are so well connected to our heroes and our actors and the theater going experience. But now that the movies are coming into our houses, I think we are even closer. So it's a completely different experience, both equally enjoyable. And really happy that it's coming out soon, our movie.
I know, because in the South, I remember, covering like whenever Rajnikant or some, such movies would come out at the 4 a.m. Abhishekams. And in the South, I really feel they, treat their stars like as demigods. They revere them, So I'm sure you're missing that whole thing because there is a certain euphoria for a movie release. Everyone goes to the theater. It's like a party. Are you missing that?
In some sense, you definitely miss going to the theaters as audiences, right? You want to go watch the biggest star, say Thalapathy Vijay in Tamil, or in fact, my brother here in Telugu, or Chiranjeevi sir here in Telugu. Someone like that, right? You miss watching them on the big screens. But for us, the kind of cinema that we are making, any kind of cinema, I think, is equally important, irrespective of the platform. For us, it's really nice that we got an opportunity to collaborate with Amazon. And I think for our movie, there probably wouldn't be the kind that you were talking about, Abhishekam and all of that. But some sense of euphoria, when Vijay's movie, Pelli Choopalu, which came out like 4 or 5 years back, it was a really good movie, and it got about 30% openings on the first day. But on word of mouth, it was massive. Like they increased the number of theaters later on. But I think for us, the word of mouth will just amplify over social media and reviews and all of those things. And I think equal number, if not more, will be watching our movie.
True. What about you, Varsha? You also learned the local language for this movie.
Yeah, I did. So I feel in the end, like we want people to watch our movie. We want the content to reach to a lot of people, and that's happening. So there's no reason to be sad. We're extremely happy that so many people are getting to watch our movie, and so we're extremely thrilled.
And also, what about you, Vinod? Are you happy? And also, like, it's your first film, and it's an amazing platform for, a debutant director. And you've also chosen a lot of people to make their debut with this film.
Yeah. So even I am also very excited that the movie is releasing on Amazon Prime. Since, as Anand said, this movie, it deals with middle class melodies, right? And it has that food element, which both of them are very universal elements. People across the boundaries, across the languages, they'll connect. I'm hoping that they'll connect to the content of the movie. So I'm really excited to know how people from other languages and countries and regions will react to my movie. That wouldn't be possible if it is not releasing on Amazon Prime, right? So that's how that makes me really excited.
And also, middle class aspirations are the same across wherever you go, anywhere in the world you go. The middle class, there's all about aspirations, chasing your dreams, wanting a little more than what you already have, aspiring to reach. But these days we see a lot of stories actually of the common man, which seems to be resonating with people. What do you, as people in the industry, make of it? What do you think is the reason that everyone actually doesn't want to watch the larger than life hero? There is an audience for that too, but there are more real life stories that people want to connect with.
I think that everyone loves an underdog story. Everyone loves from rags to kind of riches, not as the complete riches, but still everyone likes breaking through in life. And in some sense or the other, irrespective of the class that we come from, everyone is trying to make it somewhere, to try and reach a destination. So I think everyone just sees something in these stories that resonate with their own lives, right? And
I think people always liked watching these movies, but there were not many movies made. These days they are making movies, and that's why people are able to, are accepting it as well.
And yes, sir.
Yeah, correct. I agree with Varsha that people were always ready to accept this kind of movies. They were, but the industry was not producing the required amount of content.
Yeah, but it was called parallel cinema or art cinema.
Yeah, it was called like that. It was stereotyped. But actually, the audience were very open to that. They were accepting, they are appreciating this kind of content from the very beginning. So it just took few filmmakers and few years of effort to bring out this kind of film and to prove this point that audience will accept this kind of movies. So now I'm very happy that in Telugu also there is a kind of fresh content that is coming in cinema from the last few years. So that is a good change. That is a very welcome change that is happening in the industry. And I hope my movie will also add to that list, and my movie will also give some encouragement to my fellow filmmakers who are trying to make this kind of films.
And Varsha, tell me, I've also spoken to a lot of young heroines, actors in the industry who now say that we become very particular about the kind of roles we choose, basically for women, because it's better writing and better roles are coming up. And we don't want to depict women in a certain way. Do you also, while picking up your characters, so what role you have to play, also think on those lines about, I'd rather not do this, I'd rather do this. And that leads to actually saying no to a whole lot of projects.
Definitely, and I have actually done that. There's a certain amount of responsibility that comes when you are portraying a character. So for me, I'm sure there are certain things that I would never be okay with in real life. And if I would see certain situations around me, I would want to, stop it, or I would not want to be a part of it. So it's the same with the movies I choose. So like personally, I wouldn't do something I don't believe in. Yeah.
And, Anand, I want to ask you this. I know your brother has this larger than life persona. What is it like being in the same home as him? Is he treated like as the Vijay Deverakonda, or is it all cool, Vijay and Anand, two brothers, and we are treated just the same way, the way we were when we were young?
He's treated the same way when we were young. He's actually, I mean, the persona is actually created through these characters that people play, right? Any star that you see, in fact. But once you go meet them, you see the real them. And I have seen him since, of course, I was born. So I still see the same Vijay that I grew up with and I'm friends with. So he's treated the same way. There's no difference. He's not the star Vijay at home. He's the brother Vijay at home for me.
It's really funny. I'd spoken to a family here in the Hindi film industry where all the children are actors, and the mother has a huge problem dealing with 3 actors in the house. She says they are so vain. They're only looking at themselves in the mirror. What is it like in your house? Is your family also done with 2 actors in the house?
No, we are. I don't know what it is with. I don't think there is much vanity to both Vijay and me. We are just playing characters, and I'm just beginning my journey. He has more experience. He's playing his 10th film now and moving, in a sense, to Bombay, doing Hindi films. So, yeah, I don't think there's much vanity at home here, no.
And Varsha, which is that one change you want to see in narratives in the South for heroines?
I think just, this girl who's in distress and she wants to be saved. So I was like, please help me. So basically, when we think of women, I mean, and it is changing. There are a lot of, movies that are being written for women, and there are a lot of movies where women characters are been given a lot of importance. So instead of just when you think of a movie and you think of a heroine, just instead of thinking of that girl who's, crying for help and her, instead of that, just that should go out of people's mind that, a girl is only crying for help. That's not how it should be. And it's changing. So I'm not complaining.
True. And Vinod, I wanted to ask you, since you've taken a whole lot of debutantes, also, with these platforms, a lot of new talent is being given, because finally they are getting an opportunity to showcase their talent. Do you think going forward, this is also going to change the way filmmakers choose their projects and the kind of talent, because it will just because people are now being exposed to a whole lot of talent and content? Do you think it's going to change filmmaking?
Absolutely. I believe when the audience as well as the filmmakers, when both of them are exposed to different kinds of cinema, world cinema. Take for example, we sitting in Hyderabad or Guntur, we are able to watch movies from Malayalam, Korea, and we are able to watch movies from French. We are able to watch French movies also. Sure. So when, as filmmakers, when we are exposed to this world cinema, we kind of understand where we stand, both in terms of craft and both in terms of ideologies. We try to understand ourselves and we try to better ourselves comparing with different kinds of cinema. Sure. So that helps us to create better content. That helps us to be more aware of the trends that are going in world cinema. And that helps us that in terms helps the industry to produce better content, and that helps the audience to accept better content. So all these things go hand in hand, I think. So it's definitely something which we should appreciate, actually.
And lastly, final question to you all. Post-COVID, what do you think are now the challenges for the film community as actors for you? Because we've been through a very tough phase. A lot has changed for everyone. What do you think in terms of cinema? What do you think are the challenges that you see ahead? How is it going to change art cinema, if you have thought about it?
I think for me, I've begun shooting here in Hyderabad for my next film. And there are definitely lots of challenges. And I think we are figuring out on the go, right, as we are going through the process of filmmaking. So yeah, for actors, it's just impossible to wear a mask and try and get things out of your director. If your director is wearing an N95 mask and talking to you, it just doesn't make sense. So that I hope we come out of this situation ASAP and go back to the days where we weren't wearing masks as an actor. But I think end to end, there are many things that the industry in general needs to figure out, not just the filmmaking, even the distribution process. And I think in Telugu specifically, there are a few, I think in a day, almost 60 to 70 film shootings are going on in a day.
Hello.
So I think so many movies are going to be ready at one point in time, and all of them want to be, be exhibited in the best platform that they want. And there's going to be a clog, right? So how do you clear up this clog of movies, and where do they exhibit these movies? There are so many issues, and I think we just need to brace up and support each other during these times.
Varsha.
So I think we as a country, we love our movies. So we are slowly getting back to normal in terms of shooting and stuff. But there's one small thing that actually I think about. So the number of people on set is really limited. So a lot of people are out of jobs, So basically a team, imagine a camera crew had to have a certain number of people. Now it's like cut down completely. So it's kind of sad that, they're out of jobs right now. But I'm sure slowly once things get back to normal, it'll be, things will be better for them.
Vinod.
Yeah. Don't take me to be cynical. I don't think things are going to get back to normal in the sense that the previous normal. There will be a new normal.
Breaking my bubble in a second. I'm like, it's normal. He's like,
no, it's not. And
it's not. Maybe we can just ignore COVID, and we can just move forward that there is nothing wrong, and we can do just live our lives as we were doing previously. We can do that. But this situation that has come after COVID, this takes some time, because as Anand said, there is going to be a clog in few months. So industry is trying to figure out how to produce content under these conditions. Industry is trying to figure out how to distribute this content, and I think nobody has found a plausible solution as of now. I hope that will come out somewhere soon, and I'm waiting for that. Actually, I really don't have any solution or any.
None of us till the vaccine comes out.
Yeah, none of us.
True.
So that's what I'm thinking right now.
Thank you so much, Anand and Varsha. Any plans of working in Bollywood? But since all industries have now, it's just the Indian film industry, because thanks to these platforms, those lines have blurred, that it's Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, Malayalam. So any plans, since your brother's already made his way here? And what about you, Varsha, both of you?
I'm not planning. I don't set out and make a plan for myself in any particular way, right? Even in the Telugu film industry, I'm not planning to do certain kind of films. I just want to grow organically.
What are those certain kind of films?
No, I'm not planning in any sense of that manner, right? I want to do good cinema. That's my only, that's my only rule, whatever the language. So if something comes along the way in any language, and if I can pick up the language, why not?
Varsha.
I would like to copy that the same answer.
She's already
done already in multiple languages.
I know multiple languages. Yeah, she's the linguist here.
Yeah. She speaks I think 5 or 6 languages now.
Wow, man.
Yeah. So if I do get like an opportunity that suits me, yeah.
I like that. I like that answer. Thank you. All the very best from Middle Class Melodies. May, it strike a chord with everyone, and everybody should sing along with, the three of you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Please watch it and let us know what you
Of
think.
course I will. Of course I will.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks to subtitles, I will be able to. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.